today's episode of PJ and the Beard, we're going to do an episode we like to call Look What I Found. And in this case, I'm the actual I. When I was in Nashville several months ago, I was at my friend Brody's house, who oddly enough is not a pedal guy, but he had a pedal there that intrigued me, and shamefully, part of the reason it intrigued me is because the backlight lights up windows in little houses on the pedal. I'm simple. What can I say?
Nice and shiny things.
Anything's got a blue light on it. Kmart, I used to love it. I mourned when someone went out of business. The blue light special is gone. But why don't you tell them what we actually have?
Right. So, and Brody, you mentioned Brody. There's
Yes.
other episodes, field trip episodes, where we look through Brody's guitars. We look through his electric guitars, his collector's choice guitars, his acoustic guitars. There's one coming up where we look through his amps. But there's no episode on his pedals because literally he has like 3. Right?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
I recently acquired some of them. He had them at his house, and since I've left, he's like, I pulled the trigger and bought,
So, this is the Rawkworks Light OD version 2. And as far as we can tell, it would be modeled after kind of a Klon type pedal.
Mm-hmm.
So, which means really nothing to us. I know it means a lot to
It's
some
like
people.
a Dumble, right? Like the pedals that model
Right.
a Dumble. We don't know what a Dumble sounds like because we don't have a Dumble.
Right.
And we don't have the real Klon because we're not Josh Scott.
Played the real Klon.
The number 2, yes.
Right, number 2. So, we've done a lot of overdrive pedals. We're kind of approaching this one, I think, tonight with just the idea of like, how would you use this? Like, let's take it, twist a few knobs. We've taken it, twisted a few knobs. How would I use it? How would he use it? Obviously, going to be a little bit different. There's not a right or wrong answer. You might disagree with how both of us use it, and you might use it differently. Because I know a lot of people use the Klons either to run into another overdrive or to run after another overdrive. We'd have to do... I'm not sure who wins on that. So, that's not... I've never really... I don't think either one of us have ever really gotten into the pedal stacking thing.
Not necessarily, no.
No, like, I kind of feel like my pedal stacking happens here.
Yeah.
Right?
Because you love the volume knobs on PRSs and the taper and the dynamics of it.
So let's talk about, like, how would I use this? So the first thing I have to say is, like, if we turn on an overdrive, so this is the Barber Direct Drive, when I use that overdrive, I would use that on pretty much all the time, and I would use the volume knob. So if I wanted something clean...
I think that's on too, right?
No, it's just...
See, I'm sorry. Looking at the house light.
It's
Sorry.
the blue lights. I would... If I roll about halfway, I'm going to have clean. Or fairly clean.
Slightly pushed, yeah.
Yeah, it has a little bit of stuff. So what happens is, to get like a full out overdriven sound for rhythm can be hard at times. I mean, it's not hard. You roll all the way up and... Right. But what if I want to have kind of... So what I was thinking when we were playing with this, what if I want to have an overdriven sound, but not... with the volume all the way up, but not like all the way... And actually, that's probably kind of toned back a little bit from where it would be. So that's what I was thinking with this. Like, let's do that. So you'll see the volume's a little bit under noon, the gain's right about noon. You rolled a little bit of treble in for me because it has 4 knobs and I can't turn 4 knobs. Pat had to help me on the 4th one.
Well, when you were in your middle of your neck, it was just a little tightening.
So, but I found that was kind of cool right there. You can roll it back, it cleans up a little bit, but it's cool just to get like a... kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it could push the overdrive pedal at that point too. So like, what if I play a couple notes and then you want to hit that So I could see moments where you would, where I would do that. Maybe push the other one with it.
Right.
So that's how I'd use it.
Okay. And that was your PRS McCarty.
That was a PRS McCarty.
Through a Fender Hot Rod Deluxe with an original DM2 with the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, just a real little bit of delay.
So again, to try to show it. So now through the magic of the the off-camera A/B switch.
And you probably want this off.
Yep. And
you
that
want
off.
this off.
And I don't know where I'm going to put that yet.
So right, your reference tone would be.
So now I'm back to. I need the cable. Sorry. Oh. Nobody's ever going to confuse us with professionals. So now my PRS Custom 24 Dragon pickups through a PV Classic 30 with a carbon copy with a longer delay. So, I don't know what I'm going to do. Because I'm not brave enough. I love that tone that you were just getting, but I feel like I use the word brave. I'm not brave enough to do that. I always want, the fact that I bought a light OD is ridiculous because the first thing I want to do is turn this to the right to get more out of it, throw a little more low end on it, and then just compensate with the output with the volume. And I have it on the bridge pickup. And I don't know that I'm going to settle in like totally liking this, but I actually like it. I wasn't sure that I would, honestly, even when I played a little bit before the camera. I just like a little bit. I watched the video the other day that made me feel like I'm doing everything wrong because I always like the big full sound, right? I like the big demo in the room sound. So I did juice that up and make it fatter, but it's still got a mid-range honkiness to it that I think would help me cut through the mix even when I like to be the gainiac that I am. I don't know, single note stuff in the neck. There's a clarity and a tone there that on the other overdrives I tend to run. I don't have that. But that's probably more how I would use it. I would try to. That's still a different sound than I have, but I couldn't live with the gain back like you did. But it's a different style of playing, and
well, I think that's one thing that we run into is so. We get these overdrive pedals, and then it's can we dial them in to sound like us?
Yes.
Right? Like the way, like you have this kind of sound in your head that you're going for. So no matter what amp you plug me in, hopefully tube amp you plug me into, I'm going for that sound that I have in my head. Right. No matter what overdrive pedal I plug into, I'm dialing it in. So it's kind of an interesting thing to think about. What if you take an overdrive pedal, incorporate it into your rig that doesn't do what you want? Right? Like, so this probably doesn't do what either one of us want. How would we use it?
Yeah.
I think I would use it to give me a different... So many of the ones I've taken over, the Red Zen Drive, the Dumble...
The DMBL from
Mojo Hand... Yeah. You probably can't even tell which one I'm using from the other side of the stage. So it's good. I think it would be good to have something on your rig that maybe would, and we've talked about that, force you into playing something a little bit differently.
Because the video I was referencing just came to my head. It was a Brian Wampler video about how to boost or how to clean things up for recording and playing live. And everything he fixed on the back end was everything that I was the pre.
Right.
Shockingly enough, I was the before body in the video. I'm never the after body or the after guitar, but this might put me more in that realm.
All right, I can
force me to be a little bit different, but I'm still, juice the gain a little bit. But it'll cause me to have a sonic territory that I'm not currently covering.
Well, for me,
and it has a little blue light on the houses.
And for me, because I play, since we are on a live stage. All right, so there's a drummer right there. There's a bass player with his bass amp right behind me. Your amp on the other side of the stage, but there's a little bit of you coming through the monitor.
Yeah.
I'm still playing like I was playing in a bar 10 years ago where, the sound reinforcement was our amps and stuff, and we were just miking vocals. So I'm still playing to the band. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm trying to sit in the mix with the drummer, the bass, and what I'm hearing. So to have a pedal that could get a little dirtier, maybe at a smaller volume. Mm-hmm. Like a rhythm crunch pedal.
Right.
Now we talk about that. I'll never do that.
It's a good idea, though.
It's a great idea, but I mean, I'm back to my volume knob. I just want to. I mean, the overdrive, the light on 90% of the time, roll the volume. I can't get.
And we started this channel so we can hang out and talk gear. So actually, I feel like we're having a private conversation. You guys are dialing it in, watching it because, and I feel the same way because we do these demos down here in the Beard Cave, and we have amps pretty similar to what we'd use. Although I have a Mesa at the church with a closed back 212 that I should probably take some of these pedals and throw them on there because I might like this pedal even more.
Right on that. Right.
Then, but sometimes we take them and plug them into the board we play at church or whatever. And sometimes they just kind of use as a reference here and get put on the lovely shelf back here. But I should give this one a chance. Again, like it attracted me with the little blue lights. My Mesa Transatlantic 30 has a little blue light in it. Maybe it's a little Marriage Made in Heaven. I don't know. But I should take that over and try it out.
Yeah. And it's odd because I'm using the Fender here, but the PV Classic 30
right.
at church on a 112 closed-back cabinet, so it's a little bit different.
Right.
But yeah, I think that's where... The only thing I could think that we could do differently to try and figure out whether you really like this pedal or not. Like, the true test would be like if we
could
do that.
Boom, boom, out go. I can still see him bleeding through. That's good.
Right.
I like that. It's like not quite the room darkening curtains. Or you could just put the tape over my eyes.
Well, we
can pretend like we're in Anderton's and get some goggles.
That's a good trick if you have one of those.
Super bright LEDs.
Super bright LEDs on stage that blind you when you look down at your pedal board.
That's
it's like
free.
A little piece of gaff tape.
This stuff is free.
Yeah.
The other stuff will cost you when you actually have to.
Okay.
Subscribe.
So we didn't dial it around a lot. There's a volume, a gain, a treble, and a bass control. There's also a clipping switch that.
It was pretty subtle. It tightens up a little bit. Yeah. But, yeah.
So cool pedal.
And it has blue lights in the house.
Cool pedal.
In the apartments.
Really cool.
Very Dr. Seuss looking house, by the way.
So, I think the only thing left to do is ask
if you like more incessant rambling.
Yeah, if you stuck around this long.
You have found a home.
Please subscribe. Leave a comment. This would be a good time to tell us how to use a Klon pedal, how you would use a Klon pedal.
Or how to run a YouTube
channel. A Klon clone.
Yes.
And leave comments and all that. And with that, I mean, there you go.
I am PJ on behalf of the Beard, reminding you that no matter what you hear, you never have too much gear, especially when it has little blue lights. You know it's a light idea when I had to coax it out of there. But it's good for me. It's therapy.
I wasted this piece of gaff tape, so you know. I mean, we spare no expense here at PJ at the Beard.
That's right. You probably stole that from your wife's craft bin. Peace out.